Bonjour, welcome to our kitchen once again. Today we're gonna make lemon bars. There's hundreds of recipes online and I have 3 or 4 in my cookbooks. We're just gonna take one of the simplest basic ones. It's easy to make. That's always the main concern that I cook here on weekends for you. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I added, and I'm going to show you what to do if you're not exactly perfect in terms of having a right mold or the right temperature. So follow me to the kitchen. Off we go. We're going to make our lemon bars. As usual, I'm going to start with the ingredients, but if you don't remember them as I talked about them, I will also print a list which I will show at the end. So lemon bars, we're going to do 2 different steps, the crust and the filling. For the crust, we're going to use 2 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, and 1 cup of softened butter. And my idea is to add a little bit of vanilla and some salt. And later on, we're going to juice 2 lemons, use some zest also, and sugar and a touch of flour. Today I'm going to use the robot. It's going to be faster and it's going to give us a very smooth crust. If you don't have it, you're going to have to work by hand. And also, you're going to have much softer butter because it's harder to mix together. Today I was a little bit short on time and I didn't finish, I didn't have time to melt the butter or soften it. So the trick is to cut it in smaller pieces. And it's going to mix faster and better with your flour and your sugar. So I'm making little pieces. I'm putting them in the bowl right here. 1 and 2. So that's a cup of unsalted butter. Remember, I don't like to cook with salted butter because it's giving a strange flavor to pastry, first of all. And also, it gives a lot of water. And it's going to change the texture of your crust. So now I have my butter right here. And I'm going to add half a cup of sugar, 2 cups of flour, my personal little touch, some vanilla, and a pinch of salt. Always have a little pinch of salt because it's really bringing the flavors out. So I'm gonna bring the robot up. I'm gonna start slowly so I don't splash around. And you want it to turn into a paste, nice and soft. See, my butter is starting to mix very well with the flour. If it had been softer, it would have gone a little faster. But that machine can do anything. There you go. We're getting closer now. We're done. It doesn't stick to the bowl anymore. I'm going to show you. Look, it's perfect. There's nothing left at the bottom, so I'll be able to use it to make the filling without washing it. Making a lot of noise today. So now you have the bottom of your lemon bars. Lemon bars are usually served in squares or rectangles, so you're gonna need a long tin. Today I don't have one, so I'm going to cheat a little bit as usual. That's my specialty, and I'm going to use these two. I'm going to use a big one and a small one, and that's going to give me about the same surface that I would have if I had a long rectangle one. And now you're going to have to work with your hands. So this is my crust, and you're going to need to use that part of your hand and push it in, the tip of your fingers, push it in. The idea is to cover the whole bottom, the same height, the same surface everywhere, so when it cooks, it's going to be even. You may have noticed I didn't put any fat in my pan because you have, remember, a cup of butter in it, so there is no need to worry about it sticking to the bottom. Voila, we have one. And as I said, because I don't have, I think I even have too much of my crust here, maybe. We'll see. And I'm going to push and push. So that's, again, I want you to understand that you don't have to have everything that is in your book on your recipe. You have to use your imagination. And today I was not going to go out just for a rectangular tin, and I will serve my lemon bars cut in triangles. And voila, so I have now a small one and a big one, and I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to prepare the filling. And now let's prepare the filling. So the filling is going to be the juice of 2 lemons, a cup and a half of sugar, half a cup of flour, and 4 eggs. So in my bowl here, I'm going to put my sugar, a cup and a half a cup of flour, my pinch of salt. I'm going to break my 4 eggs. And last but not least, I'm going to use my lemons. And let's talk a bit about the lemons. Before squeezing them, I put them in the microwave for 1 minute. It makes them softer and the juice is going to come out better. I'm going to use my zester and put zest as much as you want in this little thing here. Of course, I washed my lemons before. These are organic lemons, much nicer, and hopefully they will be juicy. And the more zest you put in, the more flavor you get. That will be fine. And now let's juice them. I'm going to use an old-fashioned juicer today because for 2 lemons, it's not worth it to get my electric one out. So good old-fashioned, and you see it's coming out very nicely, but it's not really coming out enough. So thank God I have some lemon juice in my fridge, so I think I will add some. But let's finish first those fresh ones. Yeah, this one is better. This one has more juice to give us. And thank goodness I put them in the microwave, because if they had been harder, I would have had no juice at all in the first one. This one is much better. So you have to be careful when you buy your ingredients. Like if I didn't have lemon juice in my fridge today, I would have needed 3. So it's for that kind of thing, like the fruits, you don't know what you're going to find inside. So if the recipe calls for 2, buy 3, because a lemon in your fridge is going to be always useful. I do the same thing with the avocados, because you don't know if they're going to be nice and ripe, or if they're going to be dark, or if they're going to be hard. So let's see how much I have. Oh, not bad at all. Let's see. Let's look. Half a cup. This is what I wanted, so no need to add extra juice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put the whip in here, bring it up, and add my juice. I'm going to give it a little push to make sure that the flour is mixed with it. But you don't have to have that big machine, you know, you can do that with a hand whip or a small mechanical whip. There we go. This is ready to pour on top of our crust as soon as it's cooked. So I took the crust out of the oven. They're sort of half cooked. With my fork, I make sure that they're even. And now I'm going to take my lemon, give it a stir, because it sat there for 15 minutes and it's a bit separated. And then I'm going to do the big one first, because that's the one I want to bring to my friends. And my little one now. Perfect. And that's it, we're good. I'm gonna put them back into the oven. It's still at 350, and it's gonna cook for another 20 minutes. And here you are, I just took them out of the oven. It's a little bit wobbly in the middle. It's normal, do not worry. It's going to set as it gets colder. So, of course, because it's round, today I will cut wedges. And the tradition is to put some powdered sugar on top when it's cool. Don't do it when it's warm, because it's going to be soaked into the cake and it won't show. So I will put a picture at the end of my video of a slice with the powder, as well as the list of ingredients. I hope you enjoyed our baking class. I know that when you make those, you're going to enjoy them. They're very delicious. See you next week.